What is this place? Elizabeth?
It's a doorway. One of many. This way.
What do you mean it's a doorway? Where are you going?
Oh, come on. Yes, it's this way.
What Comstock said about your finger. Is there an answer here? Do you...
Down here.
I just want to quickly point out the similarity, the parallel of Elizabeth and Songbird and
Over here, Booker.
that right there. Her little sister crying over a dead Big Daddy. And it might just be... is that multiple? I don't know. It's hard to tell with the water effects. That's how Elizabeth's feeling right now. Rapture, November the 5th, 1946. One man's vision, mankind's salvation. Oh, that'll just be the founding. What's up here? Anything fun? Oh, right. This is the bit right at the beginning. This is where you first get your first plasmid, your first one. You fall down there. That's, yeah. This is the first room recreated. It's a nice touch. I guess I never noticed that before. Because I suppose I hadn't played BioShock 1 by the last time I played Infinite. Oh, this is the bathysphere, yeah.
This is where we have to go.
Why? What is going on? Elizabeth, what do you mean this is a doorway?
I'll have to show you.
Very glad I can't see the glow. What is a Vita chamber? Oh, I don't understand what this... Oh, it's the wrong one. Don't understand what this stuff is, Elizabeth. Hello. Do you want me to pull the switch?
Probably gonna regret this. City at the bottom of the ocean. Ridiculous.
Because a flying one is so much better. No, that's not the glow. You'll know the glow when you see the glow. Oh, it's so dark, Elizabeth.
Look at that. Thousands of doors. Opening all at once. My God, they're beautiful.
What, the stars?
Why didn't this go up inside the lighthouse? Is this not the real Rapture?
Come on. Come on, it's this way. Come on.
Okay, I feel I'm stuck on the geometry. Oh, Jesus. I feel I have to warn you. Pretentious warning. Just putting the pretentious warning up. You've been warned of pretentiousness.
Are you going to open it?
It's no good. Damn it. I thought once we were here, I could fully control it. I thought...
What is that?
It's a key.
Where did it come from?
It's always been there. I just couldn't see it.
Sure. Yeah. This makes total sense. Isn't bullshit at all.
See? Not stars. They're doors.
Doors to...
To everywhere. All that's left is the choosing.
So, what this tells me is that... No, this doesn't make sense. You shouldn't be able to manifest physically the infinite possibilities of reality. It's not that... Because this is implying that this is pulling a source code. It really is pulling a source code. Spoiler warning for source code. Sorry, I have to do this again just because of the parallels. So, the warning will be up when it goes away, blah, blah, blah. This is pulling a source code. At no point is it actually suggested by anyone apart from Elizabeth that she could create realities. At no point, because it doesn't make sense. In the same way that a computer simulation in source code isn't time travel, what she does is travels between different realities. Or create doorways between different realities. You can't then go to the door space where there are just every door. It just doesn't work like that. You cannot manifest a reality of doorways. It doesn't work, Elizabeth. So that's why it's like that. It's why it's like source code. Because it's... I'm getting very worked up about this. I do apologise. I do really like this game. It's just this whole ending bit makes no fucking sense. And it's very pretentious, and I have a lot of difficulty accepting pretentious things. Okay, welcome back. Sorry about that.
What are all these lighthouses? Why are we... Who are...
There are a million worlds. All different and all similar. Constants and variables.
What?
There's always a lighthouse. There's always a man. There's always a city.
How do you know this?
I can see them through the doors. You, me, Columbia, Songbird. But sometimes, something's different. Yet the same.
Constants and variables.
Yes.
Does that mean the next BioShock's also going to have a lighthouse? It's got to. Surely. And you see that bit right there. That one line. There's always a man. There's always a lighthouse. There's always a city. Whatever combination they were. That is why another BioShock game doesn't work. Because they've deconstructed it. Once you've established that there will always be a man, there'll always be a lighthouse, there'll always be a city, you can no longer keep doing it as if you haven't said that. Because now if there isn't a lighthouse, if there isn't a man in a city, then it'll be, okay, what about the ending to BioShock Infinite? How does that, relate to this? Or is it just, this is something completely different than why call it a BioShock game? And if there is one, then it's like, oh, what a surprise, there's one of these. You told us that there would be. You see the problem I have here?
Look.
It's us.
Not exactly. We swim in different oceans but land on the same shore. It always starts with a lighthouse.
I don't understand.
We don't need to.
Oh, this is the Infinite
It'll
Lighthouse.
happen all the same.
Why?
Because it does. Because it has. Because it will.
There's so many choices.
They all lead us
Elizabeth's
to
flying
the
over
same
there.
place. Where it started.
No one tells me where to go.
Booker. You've already been.
That is very pretty. Part of the philosophy book, which I think I did read this section. I don't really recall. It was talking about, does Booker actually have free will? I don't know if I've read that section or not. The idea being, as there is only one way to go, is there any real free will in the game? And, well, no, there isn't. Oh, look, they're running over there. There isn't, but that's sort of par for the course for games. And although they are... I suppose that's the same with the BioShock would you kindly thing. But, again, you can't try and put the genie back in the bottle. Once you've established that you have no choice in these games, and lol, isn't it meta because of video games, you can't then go back to being... You can't then try and act as if you haven't already pulled that twist. And I suppose it's possible that the point of this deconstruction is also to work with the people who've not played the original BioShock, because I suppose it's entirely possible that they knew people who played Infinite would not have played the original. I hadn't. I hadn't played 1 or 2 because they were horror-y and because they were older. And they weren't that old. I think 2006 was the first one, which really is not very old as far as games are concerned. I see anything made after probably 2000 God, since I was 8. Christ. Okay, yeah. That's... Wow. It's 2020 almost. By the time this video goes out, it will be 2020. Holy crap. Sorry. Whew. Life flashed before my eyes there.
Wait a minute. I know this place. I was here. Must have been 20 years ago, right after Wounded Knee. I was looking for...
Come on now, time's a-wasting.
Why were you here?
I feel like she knows the answer.
Are you ready to have your past erased? Are you ready to have your sins cleansed? Are you ready to be born again? Take my hand.
No. No, I don't want to.
You already did, didn't you?
And that is the preacher from the beginning of the game.
Are you ready to be born again?
I am.
Do you hate your sins?
I do.
Do you hate your wickedness?
Yes.
Do you want to clean the slate, leave behind all you were before, and be born again in the blood of the
Yes.
Lamb? Jesus, wash this man clean. Father, make him
Stop
born
it.
again. Lord,
Stop it!
what
No.
are you doing to it?
Get off me! Get off!
Son!
You didn't go through with it.
Think a dunk in the river's gonna change the things I've done? Let's get out of here. Hey, these doors of yours, they're all tears, right? Well, open one up. Open one up to Paris. I want to be shut of all this.
Not until we find Comstock.
Comstock's dead!
No. He was here. This way.
She's altering things. I don't think she should be able to. And I guess this is me sort of fighting against the tide. Lol, water jokes. But, you know, I guess at this point it's established that she can do these things I'm saying she shouldn't be able to do. But just because something is established as canon doesn't mean it should be canon. It's like the Pokédex entries including real-world Pokemon. Real-world animals' names. On one hand, I tend to argue that it's because they're for the benefit of the players rather than the benefit of the actual people in the world. The people in the world have no idea what a turtle is, so why the hell would describing something as a turtle Pokemon mean anything to them? It's for the people in the real world who do know what a turtle is, and they're like, oh, a Squirtle is like a turtle. Okay, now I understand that Pokemon a bit better. That's how I justify them. Ultimately, you could say they are known as turtle Pokemon for no fucking reason at all. Just because that's what they're called. And like with this, Elizabeth might be able to change reality and create physical manifestations of metaphysical concepts, but that doesn't mean she should be able to.
And what of my debts?
Bring us the girl, and wipe away the debt.
This is the man who hired me to find you.
Really?
Yes. The girl for the debt.
Why didn't he recognise him then? Why didn't he recognise him when he saw him at the beginning? If it's because of the whole, you go to a different world, it creates new memories, you still have the old memories, you just gain new ones as well. It doesn't replace them. He still knew where he came from. Is that because he was smart enough to know it, or just because? It shouldn't work like that. If you go to somewhere with ice cream, you remember your house. You don't think you live at the ice cream shop. I'm getting very angry about this. I do apologise. I'm just trying to address the problems with this in a way that makes sense to me. I apologise if you think I'm getting too worked up. You know, I just...
Wait, no, this is wrong. What is this? There was no baby. I remember. No, there was no baby, and if there was, I sure as hell wouldn't give it over to this guy.
Booker, you don't leave this room until you do.
Do it. Time is running short. Bring us the girl, and wipe away the debt.
Go ahead.
No.
You can wait as long as you want. Eventually you'll give him what he wants.
How do you know all this?
I can see all the doors, and what's behind all the doors. And behind one of them, I see him.
Her mouth keeps not moving when she talks. Give baby to Lutece.
What choice do I have?
The debt's paid. Mr. Comstock washes you of all your sins.
Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt.
There was no baby. The deal was I go to Columbia to get you.
Booker, you're bleeding.
Stop doing that.
I remember what I remember.
Now we've upset him.
I don't expect this next bit will do much for his mood.
Come on.
What are we doing here? Comstock's dead. We can just go on with our lives. You don't need
Dead?
to...
You mean like Chenlin? Like Lady Comstock? No. He is alive in a million worlds. It's not over because the Prophet is dead. It will only be over when he never even lived in the first place.
But you can't do that. That creates a paradox. Oh, they're gone. That creates a paradox. Are you saying that paradoxes are okay? You can't change things in infinity. It's not a million. It is literally infinite, Elizabeth. There are infinite doors. There are infinite possibilities. There are infinite Comstocks. You can't kill them all. You might be able to see all of them, but you can't kill them all. Oh, I saw that. Or is this saying that that only one Elizabeth has achieved? I think that, actually thinking about it, I think that might be what they're saying. That one Elizabeth has achieved infinity.
Hey. Hey, the deal's off, you hear me?
Unstable.
The deal is off! Give her back!
Hurry!
Give her back!
Fine, are you mad?
Hello?
No, you will not get caught
Oh,
between
that's their house.
It is uncomfortable enough as it is.
It's going to be more uncomfortable if you don't come now.
If I get caught, it's going to be a very long time before we see each other.
You will not get caught, I promise.
You can't promise me that.
We're going to lose our window.
I'll wait, thank you.
Why is there a window? As in a window of time. Where are we? Is this New York? Looks like New York. Hello?
Give her back, you son of a bitch!
It's ready. Go.
No! No!
Shut down the machine!
No!
Shut it
Anna!
down! Shut down the
Anna!
machine! Now do it!
Give me back my daughter! No! Anna? No. No. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Anna, I'm sorry.
She's gone, Booker. Anna's gone. You shared this room with your regret for almost 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Until one day, a man came to you and offered you a chance at redemption. A chance for us to be together.
I told you it would work.
We already know it works. The question is, will he?
Anna. So sorry, Anna.
You suppose he branded himself as some sort of penance?
I should have.
Don't see the point. What's done is done. What's done will be done. I suppose the brand is his hair shirt, as he is ours.
I don't know what that means. Last chance?
Wipe away the debt.
Last resort?
Girl.
Yeah,
Wipe away
probably.
the debt.
See?
Bring us the
He's
girl.
starting to put his story together.
Wipe away.
You're quite fond of this theory of yours.
Hmm?
He's manufacturing new memories from his old ones.
Well,
Wipe away.
the brain adapts.
I should know.
Bring us
I
the
lived
girl.
it.
Wipe.
Booker, wake up. Booker, wake up. This is where it started.
I sold you. I sold you.
To your credit, you did try to weasel out of the deal.
This is all Comstock's fault. What if I went back? Killed him before he did any of this?
Known as the
Things
Terminator.
get set in motion.
How would one know how far back to go?
That's the only way to do it. Go back to when he was born, and I'll smother this son of a bitch in his crib.
They're gone again. Feel like we've been here before, Elizabeth. Jonesy for some salts.
Booker, are you sure this is what you want?
I have to. It's the only way to undo what I've done to you.
Booker DeWitt, are you ready to
What
be
is this?
born again?
Why are we back here?
This isn't the same place, Booker.
Of course it is. I remember...
Are
Wait,
you ready to leave behind all
You're
that
not-
has gone before? Wipe the slate clean.
Who are
and
you?
start
You
anew.
chose to walk away,
Washed
but in
the
other
blood
oceans,
of the Lamb.
you didn't. You took the
Do you
baptism.
hate your
You were
sin?
born again as a different man.
Do you hate your
It all has to
wickedness?
end, to have never started. Not just in this world, but in all of ours.
This is weird and
Smother
creepy.
him in the crib.
Smother, smother, smother.
This is really creepy.
Before the choice is made. Before you are
Oh,
reborn.
there are more of them.
Name shall you take, my son?
He's Zachary Comstock. He's Booker DeWitt.
No. I'm both.
Why would that work like that? I take issue with their approach to continuity. Why were there like 10 Elizabeths at the end? Also, fun fact, like, oh, Stone Cold Pinkerton, complete the game on hard. Score. I think the far left Elizabeth with the other hairstyle, that was an alternate design they did, like a previous design they did for the sort of second version of Elizabeth. I don't know about the sort of puritanical one in the white looking dress. I can't remember. That might also be a previous version of the sort of the first Elizabeth. I take issue with their idea of continuity, because if they are saying that it was all one Elizabeth, like one Elizabeth achieved infinity because this combination was the only combination that succeeded in Booker overcoming Songbird and everything else. First thing, why did future Elizabeth not spell out the song you need to sing is C-A-G-E? Why did she not spell that out and therefore solve it so much quicker? We could have found a thing and destroyed the siphon so much quicker. Second thing, if only one did achieve infinity, how is that possible when there are infinite? Every possible permutation should have happened, and alright, going back to some early things in the playthrough, when you encounter Lutece and Lutece, and one of them's wearing a sandwich board with heads and tails, what that is it's sort of determining what is and isn't constant or variable. So chance is always constant. That's why it always came up as I think it was tails every single time. And that's what it was showing you on the sandwich board. That every single time you did this, and I think someone counted it was like 112 or something like that, I don't recall. That's saying that every single time they always came to you with the sandwich board, you flipped a coin and it always landed on tails. Which is why you always got you always find, I've forgotten what, is it 66? Ball 66? And therefore get outed as the false shepherd every time because it's chance. Despite them saying don't pick 66, it was beyond your control. Whereas things where you had choice, such as the cameos, Bird or Cage, that could vary because that wasn't sort of the path you were walking, that was your choice of where on the path to walk. Are you with me? Let's see, what else was there? This game has been talked about so much, and a lot of it by me in this series. I've talked a lot about my various thoughts on various aspects of it. And I do sort of feel like I'm fighting the tide on stuff like Elizabeth's powers, what she should or shouldn't be able to do. I still don't know how Comstock could see the future. It's not explained. Yeah, they use the Lutece device, but how does that allow him to see the future? Surely it just sees alternate versions of where you are. You can't look further forward or further back. Fantastic vocal performances, by the way. And it is a nice touch that they... No, it isn't. I dislike that they have Comstock and Booker with a different voice actor. It's so you can't guess it. But on the other hand, why do they have different voices? Is that his vocal cords got affected by the Lutece device as well? The same thing that aged him prematurely? Why didn't Booker recognise himself when he was wrestling with himself? And the idea is that the Comstock version of Booker couldn't have a baby because he was sterilised by using the device. And apparently, Lady Comstock is the same as the person that Booker married. Anna. I can't remember her surname. No, I can't remember her surname. But they're both the same character. So why didn't Booker recognise Lady Comstock when he saw her face 1,000 times? Shouldn't he have gone, hey, she looks just like my wife? And at some point, I'm sure there was somewhere where he said, like, AC was her initials, and that was a bit of a hint that it was the same as the person who, in your world, was AD, Anna DeWitt. Or Annabelle? I think the wife was... yeah, that was it. The wife was Annabelle, the daughter was Anna. Oh, there is so much in this game, so much I love. The design, the core gameplay, despite me getting really pissed off at the heavy hitters in this. I much preferred playing this on normal difficulty. But there is so much I love. I love that they really pushed the boat out and tried an incredibly complex theory and managed to convey it in a visual medium. That was freaking gold medal right there. I'm not a fan of pretentiousness. I'm not a fan of the way that they did it overall and with some of the decisions they made, but genuinely, this is a fantastic game. I know I've complained a lot in this series, but it is a fantastic game. I thoroughly enjoy playing it. I've played through it, probably, I think this is my 4th time. There is still the DLC, which I'm not going to go on to straight away because there's other stuff I want to put on the channel right now. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I really enjoyed this series. I hope you didn't get too tired of me going on and on and on about this game and the things it does. I will be doing the Burial at Sea. I won't be doing Clash in the Clouds. I'll just do Burial at Sea episodes 1 and 2, which I have played before. Let me know what you thought of the game, of the various theories. No idea how this is going to edit out. What other games would you like to see me play? Thank you for watching Garen River vs. BioShock Infinite. I really enjoyed it. I'll see you in the Burial at Sea DLC. I don't know when it'll be. I'll keep you posted. Just follow me on Twitter and so on. And if you want to support me a bit more, check out my Patreon, loads of rewards on there. I'm going to go. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And I will catch you later.